Hello students, in the previous video we have seen the Nernst equation. So in this video we are going to see find out the EMF of the cell by using Nernst equation. Let me see the first problem. Calculate EMF of the following cell at 25 degrees Celsius, and the cell reaction is given. Platinum Fe2 plus activity is equals to 1, Fe3 plus activity is equals to 0.1, salt bridge Cl minus activity is equals to 0.01, AgCl solid Ag plus. And given data for this cell reaction is that E standard of Fe2 plus of Fe3 plus is equals to minus 0.7710 volt, and E standard of AgCl is equals to 0.2330 volt. Let me see solve this problem. First we see in this problem the given is that the two half cells reactions are joined by using salt bridge. This of the one half cell which is joined by the salt bridge. This is the one half cell and this is the another half cell, and this will be joined by using the salt bridge. Therefore we know that by using the salt bridge, E cell is equals to E of left hand electrode oxidation plus E of right hand electrode reduction by using the E cell by using Nernst equation. Therefore in the given problem it is given that the E standard of AgCl is equals to minus 0.2330 volts. This is the oxidation potential. This is the oxidation potential, and we already know that the oxidation potential which is equals to the reduction potential, but only the sign is reversed. So if we write the reduction potential of this half cell, it will be written as E standard of AgCl which is equals to plus of 0.2330 volt. This is the volt in a reduction potential. This is the reduction potential, and here we already know that in the left hand electrode which is represented as Fe2 plus gives Fe3 plus electron. It means that in here the number of electrons n is equals to 1, and according to the Nernst equation here we know that E of left hand electrode of oxidation which is equals to E standard of Fe2 plus of Fe3 plus, and this E standard of Fe2 plus of Fe3 plus is given by the potential of minus 0.7710 volts. So we can write by using the Nernst equation. According to the Nernst equation, the equation is represented as E standard of Fe2 plus of Fe3 plus minus 0.059 divided by 1 log of A of Fe3 plus, A of oxidant divided by A of reductant, that is A of Fe3 plus divided by A of Fe2 plus at 25 degrees Celsius. Means if we putting the values of this equation, that is potential of Fe2 plus of Fe3 plus is given minus 0.7710 volt. Therefore minus 0.7710 volt minus 0.059 divided by 1 log of, here the activity is also given. The activity of Fe3 plus ions is given in the problem, that is 0.1. Therefore 0.1 divided by, also the activity of Fe2 plus is given. The activity of Fe2 plus is 1. therefore 0.1 divided by 1, and if we solving this we get the answer is minus 0.712 volt. This is the half cell, and another half cell of the right hand electrode which is given as at right hand electrode. This is the left hand electrode, and right hand electrode is that we know that the given is AgCl solid plus electron. It gives the Ag solid plus Cl minus, and the activity of Cl minus is given, that is 0.01. Therefore, and here the one electron, therefore the number of electrons which is equals to 1. And according to the Nernst equation, we know that E of right hand electrode of reduction which is equals to E standard of Ag of AgCl, and it will be represented as minus 0.059 divided by 1 log of A reductant upon A oxidant for using the Nernst equation. What is the reductant? Ag plus Cl minus, means activity of Cl minus into activity of Ag divided by activity of AgCl at 25 degrees Celsius. Then putting the values of this equation, this Nernst equation, the E standard of Ag of AgCl for reduction potential, we calculate this 0.2330 volt. Put this value 0.2330 volt minus 0.059 divided by 1, and log of activity of Cl minus is 0.01, activity of Ag is 1 divided by activity of this AgCl is 1, and if we solving this all term we get the potential is 0.351 volt. And according to the cell reaction, the total EMF of the cell, E cell, which is equals to E of left hand electrode of oxidation plus E of right hand electrode of reduction, we get the overall EMF of the cell, that is the left hand electrode of oxidation we get the minus 0.712 volt, that is here we can write down minus 0.712 volt plus the right hand electrode potential, that is 0.351 volt, and we get the overall, if we solving this we get minus 0.362 volt at 25 degrees Celsius, and this will be obtained as a negative EMF. It means that this cell reaction is a non-spontaneous. This cell reaction is a non-spontaneous. If the potential which is obtained as a positive, it means that the reaction is a spontaneous, and if the potential will be obtained as a negative, it means that the cell reaction is a non-spontaneous. Okay, so again, if we solve the next problem to calculate the pH of the solution, let me see these problems to find the pH of the solution from the following data. We see the data is given: calomel electrode, salt bridge, H plus, quin hydron, platinum plus at 25 degrees Celsius. In this cell reaction, we see that given is that E cell of 0.1 volt, and the E calomel of oxidation is minus 0.2415 volt, and E quin hydron reduction potential is 0.699 volt. These are the given data in this reaction, in this data. So if we solve the pH of this solution, first we know the find out the EMF of this cell, and we already know that the total EMF of this cell, it is represented as E cell. This is represented as a calculated E cell, which is equals to EMF of left hand electrode at oxidation potential plus EMF of right hand electrode at reduction potential. So if we adding these two potentials and these are given in the given data, so E calomel of oxidation, that is left hand electrode, is minus 0.2415, that is minus 0.2415 plus EMF of right hand electrode, that is Kuhn-Heidron in reduction potential, is 0.699 volt, 0.699 volt, and overall we get the EMF of the cell, calculated EMF of the cell is 0.4575 volt. By using this calculated EMF of the cell, we can find out the pH of this solution, that is we can use the formula for pH to find out. So pH of the pH is equals to E cell of calculated minus E cell of observed, and this E cell of observed is already given, that is 0.1 volt. This is the observed EMF, and divide by 2.303 RT upon F. Okay, we already find out the E cell of calculated, that is 0.4575, 0.4575 minus E cell of observed, which will be given in the given data, that is 0.1 volt, divide by overall this term, that is 2.303 RT upon F. Here we use R is the gas constant and its value is, we know that 8.314, and T is the temperature at Kelvin at 25 degrees Celsius. F is already know that Faraday's constant and its value is 96500. If we applying all these value and we get the value is 0.059, and if we solving this at 25 degrees Celsius, we get the pH of this solution, that is pH is equals to 6.059. This is the pH of this solution. Let me see the next term, that is thermodynamics and EMF. In that we considered that the delta H and delta S from the EMF data. So from the measurement of EMF, it is possible to calculate the change in state functions like enthalpy, that is delta H, and entropy, that is delta S, and also the free energy, that is delta G. And this is discussed as the Gibbs-Helmholtz equation can be mathematically written as delta H is equals to delta G minus T in bracket delta of delta G upon delta T at constant P. Say this is equation number first. In this equation, the symbol is represented as delta H is the change in enthalpy at a temperature T. Delta G is represented as change in free energy at temperature T. By using this equation, we already know that the fundamental relationship between EMF and delta G, this we already discussed, and this is represented as delta G is equals to minus NFE. In this equation, we already seen that this is the this is the fundamental relationship between the EMF of the EMF and delta G of the equation. And if we differentiate this equation with respect to temperature at constant pressure, we obtained the equation is that if we differentiate this equation with respect to temperature at constant pressure, we obtain delta of delta G upon delta T at constant P, which is equals to minus NF in bracket delta E upon delta T at constant P. So this is the equation number 3. So by using this equation, if we find out the value of delta G, in that if we substituting the equation number 3 and equation number 2, in equation number first we get means equation number 3 we obtain this delta G upon delta T at constant P, and equation number 2 we obtain the delta G, this delta G value which is equals to minus NF. So we obtained that the delta H is equals to NF in bracket. Here first we see this equation, delta H is equals to minus NFE, means delta G is equals to minus NFE plus this dabba of delta G upon dabba T at constant P, which is equals to NFT dabba E upon dabba T at P, at constant P. And if we solve this, therefore the delta H is equals to NF. If we find this NF in a common in bracket, in outside the bracket, NF in a remaining in the bracket, this T in bracket dabba E upon dabba T at constant P, and remaining is the E, and this is in negative form, minus E. Say this is equation number 4. By using this equation, the dabba E upon dabba T at constant pressure, it is represented as temperature coefficient of EMF, and this dabba E upon dabba T at constant P, this term will be measured the rate of change of EMF with temperature at constant pressure. Also it can be determined by measuring the EMF of the cell at different temperatures. The EMF values are plotted as a function of time. EMF values are plotted as a function of time. The slope of that, the plot is given that dabba E upon dabba T at constant pressure. So by helping the equation number 3, equation number 4, by helping this equation number 4 to calculate the heat of reaction, that is delta H, to calculating heat of reaction of delta H. Also after knowing the EMF of the cell, and temperature coefficient of the EMF of the reaction, that is dabba E upon dabba T at constant pressure. Also the temperature coefficient EMF of the reaction dabba E upon dabba T at constant pressure can be known with the knowledge of delta H and E when E is substituted in volts. Also the F which is substituted in coulombs, that is 96500 in coulombs, T in Kelvin, and dabba E upon dabba T at constant P in volts per Kelvin. Then we obtain this delta H which is in a joules. So if we see the equation number 3 is, this equation number 3 is substituted in equation number first, we get the equation is that delta H is equals to this delta G. Here the equation number 3 minus, and here is also the minus plus, and we write the NF, this NF T in bracket dabba E upon dabba T at constant P. We put the value of delta G of dabba T of constant P is minus NF dabba E upon dabba T at constant pressure. Means this equation can also be written as delta G is minus delta H is equals to minus NFT in bracket dabba E upon dabba T at constant P. Same, this is the equation number 5. So by using this equation we can find out also the value of delta G. Means if we put the value of dabba E upon dabba T at constant P, means temperature coefficient of EMF which is equals to 0, then this temperature coefficient which is equals to 0 if we put, then we obtain this delta G which is equals to delta H, means this 0 multiplied by minus NFT we obtain. So we can obtain the also delta G is equals to delta H, means when the temperature coefficient of EMF of the reaction is 0, then the change in free energy of electrochemical reaction is equals to the change in enthalpy of the system. Therefore it is also known as delta G minus delta H is equals to minus T delta S. So this is the equation number 6. and comparing equation number 5 and equation number 6, we obtained minus T delta S is equals to minus NFT del by E upon del by T at constant P. Therefore, we obtained this delta S is equals to NF del by E upon del by T at constant P. So equation number 7, and in that this T will be get cancelled out. So this is this equation which is informed that the entropy change of the reaction temperature coefficient of EMF is known. So we will stop here. Next term we see in the next lecture. Thank you.